2020 was an unprecedented time. We're at the height of the pandemic. It was a highly anxious time. We faced a very real threat, but we knew the virus was killing people, and we knew it was causing chaos and devastation across the world. There was no vaccine, and the predictions were it would take years to develop one. We had no choice but to act, and to act quickly. So that is exactly what we did.
As we embark in the biggest vaccination program that the country has ever seen, and certainly the biggest one we've ever seen in WA.
This is the best level of protection, everyone double vaccinated.
The world is engaged in the largest clinical trial.
I don't understand why everyone's yelling at the West Australian government. Get people aged 12 and above vaccinated.
The vaccines that are rolled out have been thoroughly tested and are safe.
The largest global vaccination trial ever.
We also need to provide the opportunity for children to get vaccinated.
The very young, the young don't get very sick.
Listen to medical science.
It's most important that your children are being protected from this vaccine.
And they don't appear to be very good at spreading the disease either.
Large school vaccination program, being either bused to a mass vaccination clinic.
Opportunity for 5 to 11-year-olds to get vaccinated. We did this based on expert health advice.
As a public health advisor, I provide advice on the kind of measures they may like to consider.
And masks must be worn.
To wear them as a perfectly fit and healthy person in the street is not going to provide you with any greater level of protection.
Masks, though, must be worn. That is the law.
But with Western Australia highly vaccinated,
first doses for children aged 5 to 11 have tripled from 13% to 45.7%. That's an extra 70,000 Western Australian children who've had the opportunity to get protected.
Look, I think people have been giving plenty of information to understand this is for you and your loved ones' protection.
The largest clinical trial, the largest global vaccination trial ever.
Go and book your third dose now. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. Vaccination can save your life.
if you're not vaccinated, you're not able to attend.
Vaccination is so important. It's our best way out of the pandemic.
We want to continue to drive this hard.
WA is now one of the most highly vaccinated places on the planet.
So you've got a personal responsibility.
But this was a once-in-a-100-year pandemic.
Did you need to be, did you need to engage in such a brutal public commentary?
You can die from the corona or get really sick.
Lots of people are dying. People have died and are dying en masse. Grow a brain.
People see sense, they get vaccinated, life goes on, and in due course they wonder what all the fuss was about. The impact on the unvaccinated will be devastating.
You've got a responsibility.
Apart from grabbing people, holding them down and vaccinating them, there's not much more we can do. This isn't about individual rights, this is about everybody.
We're discriminating against the virus, not against people.
And those who are out there, protesting and taking matters to the courts are fundamentally selfish people.
You do need to be vaccinated.
If and when COVID gets here, some of those people at those rallies will die.
Wait no longer.
Don't listen to the conspiracy theorists. Western Australia is an experiment. Virus will find those who are not vaccinated. Very understanding and compliant population. The actual group who are anti is very, very small.
It will take lives.
All the people who are vaccinated have no health impacts, no adverse impacts.
The time for hesitation or procrastination is over. Just get on with it.
When you're going into hospital and when you're struggling to breathe, when your lungs are filling with mucus, getting vaccinated won't help you at that point in time.
And it will take lives quickly.
If we didn't have vaccines, people would still be dying of polio.
This is not a disease you can muck around with.
The next big leap in getting yourself vaccinated.
They save lives.
Mask wearing, no dancing, and proof of vaccination. We know it's been uncomfortable, we know it's been inconvenient.
When the virus comes into the state, and it will, the impact on the unvaccinated will be devastating. Mandating vaccination. Workers will need to be fully vaccinated, follow science and medical science. The vaccine mandates obviously have been controversial with some people.
People who are vaccinated can still transmit the virus.
Follow science and medical science. Concern and consternation amongst a group of people in the community, they worked. The time for protest, the time for carry on, the time for reading crazy conspiracy theories is over. Some of those people at those rallies will die. Well, I'd just urge people to accept and move on now. Go and get vaccinated.
To get vaccinated as soon as possible.
Get double vaccinated.
Vaccines help, but the efficacy of vaccines is they help and they reduce the transmissibility. Tests as well.
The banning of use of the rapid antigen tests. The rapid antigen testing is of fairly limited value. PCR test remains the gold standard. It's what informs our system.
But not absolutely certain.
Please go and get the booster.
This pandemic is not over.
Get yourself vaccinated.
Your third dose, or your fourth dose, or your fifth dose. You can't have your fifth dose until you've had your fourth one.
We're talking about a population that is not well boosted. Get your booster.
Third dose is a game changer.
I would encourage all those students who want to go to Levers, get your vaccine.
18 and over, they can go and get a third booster shot.
I understand there's some rally today that people are complaining.
There is a freedom rally.
A freedom rally. We are free.
You're going to your office at Duma House. What do you say to them? What do you say to those people that'll be marching on your office at midday today?
Grow up. Grow up. Act like adults. Acting like thugs and bullies and anarchists. I just urge them. Flu vaccines save lives. Medicines save lives. The smallpox vaccine saved lives. The rubella. We have rubella vaccines we give to girls at school. We had the polio vaccine. Seriously, they just need to grow up and grow a brain. There's medicine, modern medicine, they're objecting to. Relatively small part of the population. They're very loud, and they turn up at various things that I'm at to protest.
The Aboriginal rate of vaccination is not where it should be. Vaccinate the remote Aboriginal communities.
But one dose is not enough. It's time to roll up for WA. Go and get vaccinated now. Do you really want your lifestyle to be cramped? And the clock is ticking fast. It's time to get moving.
A deadly disease. I've got no idea who manufactured my tetanus, my whooping cough, yellow fever, or even the influenza, the flu jab. I didn't know the efficacy. I trusted the medical science because these people do it as their day job. It's all tested. We've got to trust the medical science.
You know, the key to avoiding lockdowns is high levels of vaccination.
And if you want to go through spurious internet messaging, will it affect women's fertility? Women who are pregnant or intending to be should be vaccinated.
This is no different from discussions around things such as seatbelts.
There's a lot of misinformation out there that people are just sourcing themselves instead of going to the trusted authorities.
Making sure that you listen to any directions that are provided.
And there's a lot of misinformation out there that some people are believing. This is a deadly disease. You cannot wait any longer. So let's get vaccinated now. Vaccination is preventing the disease. For school leavers this year, only if they were receiving at least one vaccine. But just get vaccinated now. Anyone that thinks that they can actually get in with a fraudulent certificate or registration, you run the risk of a criminal penalty. Businesses, people, everyone will be impacted by this. This is not an option. It's for your protection and that of your loved ones.
I'm not leaving with any regrets.
Proud of what we did. I actually think it was one of the finest moments, and I'll go to my grave proud of what we did. And if I had my time again, I'd do exactly the same thing again.